Hello and welcome to the Business Roundup Special Edition. I'm your host, Sigoa, and this week we feature some of the trending stories within the week and the previous. Without further ado, let's have the highlights. Business community across the country protest against IFRI's implementation. Economists and tax experts weigh in on the standoff between the taxman and the traders. The first tin refining plant in Uganda, located in Ruti, Mbarara City, has been launched, and Blue Chip Technologies, an African tech giant, launches its operations in Uganda. Keep it locked, it's time for business. On to our first story. Uganda now has its first tin refining plant located in Ruti, Mbarara City. The facility is owned by Woodcross Resources, a company which is composed of a mining division focused on the exploration, development and operation of mining licenses in Uganda. Let's have a look. Tin is a type of mineral ore that contains tin, a soft, malleable, silvery white metal. It is commonly used in various applications, including as a coating for other metals to prevent corrosion, in the production of solders, as a component in electronics, and in the manufacturing of tin cans. During the launch, President Yoweri Museveni re-emphasized his call for value addition to Uganda's raw materials like minerals.
If you do not want to, we shall not allow you. We shall not allow you to export. And I banned all the exports of unprocessed minerals. Let the minerals stay in the ground. They have been there for millions of years. If the present leaders are stupid, they can't see how to do it. Let them stay there. When more intelligent people come, I will not be part of the crime of stealing people's.
His appeal was re-echoed by Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development. She explained that value addition on tin will attract more investors to Uganda who use the mineral as a raw material.
As Ugandans, we are able to have a citizen one day put up such, and where we can ably speak of value addition as we attract more investors.
Whoever is interested in tin mining and smelting, the level of purity which is already determined is 99.85 and above. So that is what every tin smelter will follow. We are continuing to help other companies who are mining in iron ore, for example, in rare earth.
Woodcross Resources Managing Director Omida Mary confirmed that they are ready to do business. He noted that the facility has made Uganda the 11th country in the whole world to have a licensed commercial tin refinery.
This provides a significant opportunity for a country like Uganda to establish a refinery like this and cement itself as a trusted producer of refined tin in the global markets. This facility makes Uganda only the 11th country in the world to have a licensed commercial tin refinery.
Woodcross acquired its first mining license in Ruhama, Ntungamo district in April 2022, one day before the government legislated value addition for minerals in Uganda. The supply of tin globally has been concentrated in the hands of 5 to 6 countries for the last decades. Those countries include China, Indonesia, Malaysia, Peru and Brazil. Sigoa for the Business Roundup. City traders under their various umbrella bodies, among them Kasita of Kampala, announced a nationwide closure of businesses. The traders are protesting the enforcement of the electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing solution IFRIS by Uganda Revenue Authority. Our crew has been keeping tabs with these developments.
Uganda serves as a hub for business among neighboring countries like Tanzania, Rwanda and Kenya. But it seems the traders' strike will affect business. This is Jack, a Chinese national operating a brake factory. He arrived in the country on April 11th for business, but he says the business situation presents a negative image to foreigners.
He's give you very bad memory. That means if some people come from far away, come here, even for me, So that means now I still have 2 days I should leave. And I have many paperwork, and today I need to meet the dealers and to discuss the business. So if tomorrow is still closed, and after tomorrow is closed, so how the business going on?
With only 2 days left for Jack to leave the country, he claims significant losses due to the ongoing strike and urges the government to respond to the crisis.
So even you ask the high tax, sure, the price will going up and up, up and up. But here, the people getting the very low salary. So that means how they can support their life.
Today, traders started a nationwide sit-down strike. They have closed down shops protesting the electronic physical receipting and invoicing solution, IFRIS system. They demand Uganda Revenue Authority to reverse the system before reopening shops for business.
Naye anze nebaliza abasuubuzi kye bakoze kubanga agali amuge galuma ennyama. Kino kye bakoze n'oluddako tukole kyennyini kino kubanga omusolo gwe batuggyako tegulina kye guyamba. Omusolo abinnya bijjudde mu kibuga. Ekitegeeza ffenna tunanga tukwasiza wamu embeera ejja kyuka. Ate teri kupowa.
Starting early morning, there are security deployment of military, police, and the UPDF together with the ununiformed security. They are alert and respond to every eventuality. Doreen Achiria represents many other business owners in downtown Kampala. She calls upon President Yoweri Museveni to intervene.
Excellency, I implore you to prioritize the well-being of the individuals of Uganda and the business community. Because remember, high taxes not only discourage your consumer spending, but also investment. If you look at the shops here, most of them have gone empty because local investors have disappeared because of this double taxation. So we request you, because you're the only person right now who can help us.
In the city center, there was no business. Shops were closed and traders either sat around or were standing in groups. They want their concerns addressed.
Eggwanga mwa mwagali tabanguka elijja kutabanguka no singako wano. Omusolo gutuyinze. Emirimu tetukyayina.
Meanwhile, the traders are against the IFRIS system, citing that many traders are unaware of it.
Still pre-industrial. Most people are illiterate. They have cartouche systems. They don't have money to buy the IFRIS. So with the economy being down after COVID, I don't think that's the right system, the right time to introduce the IFRIS system.
The traders claim the sit-down strike will continue until the demands are met. So far, it is peaceful. Justin Nakami, UBC News.
Relatedly, traders in Kampala and some urban centers across the country closed their business to protest URA's threshold of annual turnover of 150 million shillings for IFRIS enrollment. I had a broad interview with Professor Fred Muhumuza, a renowned economist and analyst on the contentious matter. Let's have a look. This was Kampala's central business district as traders heeded to the call by Kampala Capital City Traders Association, Kasita, to close business premises until their concerns are addressed. An economist, Professor Fred Muhumuza, sheds light on the situation.
This engagement really is the traders having an issue with government. And quite often you want to escalate issues if you think the other measures have not been exhausted. This is something that has been in the public space, and we have had it coming. We've had their issues. URA has explained itself. The traders have not found that explanation satisfactory. So I think they're escalating this to the next level, and I know that government will come through. But really the main point that people know out there is the issuing of IFRIS.
The standoff, the second in as many weeks, is raising pertinent questions. According to Muhumuza, the business community who are yet to subscribe to the electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing solution, IFRIS, are afraid of the implications of enrollment.
Those who have not been on IFRIS are looking at it as an infringement. What does URA want to do with the data? Why can't? But also there's the cost of complying. If you have not been using data, now you need full-time data because this is a real-time system. Every time you issue a receipt, you have to interact with the system of URA. And the data cost is an additional cost to them. The gadget may not be that much of an expense because per saying cost is little, but the data cost for people with high volumes of transactions, that can become an issue to deal with. But even others, as we've said, they have seen in the past, the moment you get onto EFRIS, and EFRIS uncovers your past history. You've been telling URA, I sell 2 million a day. Now EFRIS declares you are actually selling 7, which means you've got to pay more taxes than you have been paying. But quite often URA at times goes in the past to say, now that you've been under declaring, we are going to check your history as well, what they call the historical audit. Now that historical audit, very many people have found challenges with it. It brings up tax obligations you should have paid which you didn't pay, but they really enter into your cash flow.
So now they are seeking for the audience of the president.
Yes.
And my question would be, does it really need the president's intervention, or don't we have systems that can address such a situation?
Of course, in Uganda, the culture of the president being the final resolver of some of these challenges, is that culture has been there. It has happened before. Everybody will appeal to the president, especially once you have the URA in one corner, the traders in another corner, and as I've said, they have engaged for weeks and months, and they don't seem to have resolved that issue. So these people will feel, we need now to escalate to another level. And quite often they know nobody listens to them unless they close their shops and strike, because that does not just hurt the trader. It also hurts me and you. It also hurts the manufacturer, because remember, these are the retailers, the outlets of the factories. So the factory people cannot sit and say, for us it's not part of our business. For us we have the digital stamp already. No, but this is the outlet for that final soda, the final beer, the final shoe that the manufacturer makes. So they are broadening the scope so that it is a bigger issue and can be addressed at that level. But they have also other historical issues. They are talking of taxation on textiles by kilos, not by volumes. They have also other issues they have raised. So it's not just EFRIS.
With no amicable solution yet, with an aggressive revenue body determined to collect significant revenue to finance government operations, the question is, what next?
So I am very hopeful that the meetings that have taken place in government today, the follow-up meetings that will happen even before the president, hopefully even the president won't be necessary, they will resolve it. But we are saying in future, how do we go about some of this? Because listening to the other party to say, now I want this. Because you have the law, you need it, and for a good cause. Yes. We need the revenues collected. We need the businesses understood. But what is the cost of compliance on the business? Yes. Economics, we sometimes call that transactional costs. That cost of data, the buying the print and the paper to print. And that time of handling one customer now taking 3 minutes instead of half a minute. For busy places like Chikubo, you really don't even have that time. The internet can be off, so you have to wait. Do I issue? Do I not issue? But also the difference between an invoice and cash. I know the people who supply government, there has been that modification. That for them, when they issue an invoice, they are not required to pay tax until they have been paid. Because sometimes government knows I delay to pay them. So don't penalize them. Now we are saying the way government delays to pay those who supply it is the same way other people face delays. So how do we roll out that good practice to the other private individuals? So an invoice and a receipt are two separate things. So can we find ways of always discussing the detailed implementational issues before they escalate to this level? And I think that's the way to go.
And still on issues of tax experts have weighed in on the long-awaited meeting between the protesting traders and President Yoweri Museveni. Although experts concur that e-freeze is an ideal tool that can help the tax body identify defaulters, there is an appeal for more engagement with the major stakeholders.
All right, welcome to the show. I'm joined by a professor who will be introducing himself and telling us more about whatever is going on in the city today. You're welcome, sir. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I need to thank the UBC to bring me on board actually to give more light on what is happening. I'm called Professor Chana. I'm the Executive Director for East African School of Taxation. And not only that, I'm also the Vice Chancellor of Kentim University. What is taking place in Egikubo? People who do business there are middlemen. Majority of people there who own wholesale, they don't know buyers, the buyers. The seller does not know the what? The wholesalers. That's why what is taking place in Kikubo, you find the middleman goes to the wholesaler after getting the what? The buyer. The buyer say, I want 30 bags of what? Of rice. Then after saying, I want 30 bags of rice, you find now on the process of going to load the rice, the revenue authority comes and say, you man, you are loading the lorry, where is the receipts? And now the middleman cannot say, I bought it from there, because his benefit is on that what? The difference is on that what? On that receipt. That's why the conflict is there. Because the middleman, they don't want to tell exactly what is the sale in a day. And now the electronic machine which has been brought, if you buy one item, it shows. If you buy two items, it shows. That's where the conflict is. The conflict which is with the revenue authority is the truth. The revenue authority wanted to know the truth from the business community, which is very impossible.
What is the way, you as a tax analyst, what do you say is the way forward?
The way forward is that they have their representative as an MP in their area. Like I admire Isereko. The other day Isereko brought that thing in the floor, what? Of Parliament. Yeah. Now as Isereko has brought it in Parliament, the Speaker is also what? Aware. So the body, because there's no need for this trader to go and see the president. It's not a politics. Because when you are going to see the president, you have turned the whole process as a politics. Because this is an administration thing. That's why I'm saying the problem of this thing is the administration in income what? Tax. Administration in VAT. We are handling administration. You see? Yes. You see there's a difference between politics and what? Administration. And most people don't know what is administration.
Thank you so much, Professor. That is such a broad topic. We'll definitely have you on the show another time. And that brings us to the end of our one-on-one with Professor Ochang, a taxation expert. I'm Maureen Babidia. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
As we wrap up the show, we leave you with okay, we go. A free yellow fever vaccination exercise is on countrywide. For the parents and guardians, make an effort and get your kids vaccinated, and make sure you also get a legit yellow fever card. For the regional and international travelers, I'm certain you know what I mean. Otherwise, thank you for keeping it locked on BRU. We shall be back next week sometimes. President Yoweri Museveni has said any person who is against urbanization through industrialization is an enemy of Uganda. He was touring Orial Investment Holding Company in Jempachilo village at Tiak Sub-County, Amuru District.
But you may get some genuine cases who want to do some good work. So you shouldn't make it. If there's anybody causing distortion, we shall oppose him. We are all here. I wrote my document. I want everybody to come back and we discuss it. And the other committee which we set up will move around and we shall get a solution.
Museveni lashed at people disagreeing over the land being used by Atiak Sugar Factory for being opportunists with the aim of dividing the people of Acholi.
So please stop the opportunism of misinforming our people. We are all here. There's no issue we cannot discuss. Now, therefore, the issue of Atiak, sugar, and the issue of Lakang, the other one on the other side, in my view, apart from the sugar produced, apart from what, it is a growth stimulus for the area. Once you have got such a big project here, all the surrounding people would benefit.
Atiak Sugar Factory is owned by businesswoman Dr. Amina Hersi Moge.
We have now changed from our previous manual growing of the cane to mechanization. Mechanization is whereby we are now growing all, doing our land preparation growing of our cane up to harvesting will all now be done through machinery. This is a new system in actually East Africa, but it is already being done in Swaziland, Mauritius.
The project assessment visit was also attended by ministers, members of parliament, local leaders and other invited guests.
The government has invested money here, showing that the government cares. That is a very strong political message. Secondly, people who were previously perceived to be hostile to investment on large chunks of land have demonstrated that they can embrace such investment.
The commercial sugar production slated for mid of 2025 is expected to be a growth stimuli to the sub-region.
There is need for deliberate support to the landowners so that they are able to fully utilize their land. You know, you may have land, but if you don't have the means to open more land and have whatever it takes to be productive, that becomes a challenge. So we are definitely, as leaders from the area, are going to continue supporting this project. We have been doing that. We will continue supporting that project, but also we will work closely with the community so they make good use of their land, while appealing to government to provide what it takes for people to meaningfully get involved in productivity.
President Museveni promised to reward the family of late John Omaya for giving 25,000 acres of land to Dr. Amina to set up the facility. Dennis Sigoa for UBC Business. On the corporate scene, Blue Chip Technologies, an African tech giant specialized in data management and analytics, recently launched its market operations in Uganda. According to Blue Chip, the strategic move aims at revolutionizing Uganda's technological landscape. Joram Sonko spoke to Tope Ajao of Blue Chip Technologies.
Tokwe, it's a pleasure having you in Uganda, and thank you for giving us some of your time. Okay, you've mentioned Blue Chip Technologies. What is that, and what does it entail?
So Blue Chip Technologies is a very interesting story. It was founded in 2008 by I usually use the word two distinguished gentlemen, Olumide Shoyombo and Kazim Telbade. Blue Chip Technologies is one of the leading IT companies that you'll find around today. We pride ourselves in being one of the data warehouse and business intelligence powerhouse on the continent today. Founded in Lagos in 2008, but today has spread its wings into about nine countries in Africa, including Ireland, which is based out of Europe today.
All right. And you've mentioned 2008. If I'm to add that, that is close to 15 years of existence, 15 to 16 years of existence. Why did you then decide to launch operations in Uganda?
All right. So I think this is very strategic for us, really. Similar to our launch in Kenya a few years ago, our launch in South Africa also very recently too, and then most importantly now here. If you really think about it, if your business must expand, you can't go into a place that is not stable. And you will see some of the reports, the analyses that you will see around that speaks more around how stable this has been from a point of view of even political stability. You will see a whole lot of that. And so, I mean, for me, I think first credit will go to Ugandans for making sure that their country is as stable as it is today. And because if it's not stable, we won't be coming here to say we also want to join forces with other IT companies to help the country move and leverage on technology to achieve those things. So for us, we see a huge opportunity here.
Okay. And what are the unique technology ideas that you're bringing to the Ugandan market that you believe Ugandans will be highly interested in picking up?
All right. So I think it's a case of what problems are we able to solve. We have three core pillars through which we deliver our service. I recall someone was telling me when I flew in here, I was asking me, what exactly do you do? Because you guys do a whole lot. And I said, well, it's not that we do a whole lot. There are three broad things that we do. We deliver value through these pillars. And the first pillar will be data and AI services. There are organizations today that have got data-related issue. Governments of different countries where we've been have challenges with their data. Our role as part of that community is to solve those problems, those challenges, alleviate those pain points, and turn them into things that they can benefit from and ultimately solve their problems. The second pillar will probably then be applications. Really, in reality, there's a lot of things that is going on around automation and all of those kind of things. What we've been able to do is also look at problems across banking, across telecoms, across oil and gas, across even public sector, which is government. We look at areas around manufacturing, FMCG, and we begin to look at some of the automation challenges that they're facing today, and we attempt to begin to solve some of those. And we've solved quite a number of them across the various countries that we found ourselves today. And of course, the last area through which we will be operating will be infrastructure. It's the age of hardware and all of that, but it's more importantly, it's the age of cloud.
And well, have you identified any challenges as Blue Chip Technologies in Uganda that you believe these IT solutions that you're offering will definitely be a solution to those challenges the Ugandans are facing in the IT space?
So where do we come in? Think about it or a bank is offering services. They want to be able to offer that services more. So if I go to the ATM today and I'm getting there and I don't have enough cash to withdraw, I just put in my card and suddenly I realized that, oh, the transfer I was expecting didn't come through. It's a pain for me as a customer, right? And I'm frustrated. But because I've got some record with the bank, why can't the bank at that instant, in terms of context of my need, offer me a loan, a soft loan? Now, if you are able to offer me a soft loan, maybe I came into that to use that ATM to be able to then pay hospital bills or do something. If I'm not able to get that amount of money, I'm stranded, I'm frustrated. But if the bank is able to, at that instant, from a context point of view, provide me that credit, it solves a whole lot of problem. And so we will be enabling businesses to be able to respond promptly to their clients.
Well, there you have it, Tokwe from Blue Chip Technologies, all the way from Nigeria. I am Jerome Paul Sonko for UBC Business Roundup.
We sign up the show tonight with some words of wisdom regarding taxation. It's important to pay taxes because the money is used by the government to provide services that we all need and to support those less fortunate or who need extra help. Otherwise, thank you for being part of the Business Roundup. Let's catch up same time, same place next week. From the team and I, bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
We've hit refresh with Castle Lights. A premium